This is going to be a very short video explaining the file manager and how to upload images to your MODX website and how and why it's done in a certain way and different ways that you're going to see it used. So first of all, why do you need to upload files to your website? Well, you're going to have things like images, perhaps PDFs, pictures, audio files, media files, anything like that, which you need to get onto your website so that people can view them, they can download them, they can save them, or however they wish. Now, on your computer, you've got a hard drive, and it's very similar with regards to your website. You've got web space, and you need to think of these in exactly the same way. So first thing is, how and whereabouts are these files stored? Now, in MODX, you're going to notice that there's a couple of tabs along this bar here. It's worth mentioning that I've reduced all of this down just to keep everything as simple as possible. But if you simply give Files a click, you'll notice that it loads up a couple of folders and a couple of files. Now this is, in its unedited state, what you will see with a default installation of MODX. For the purposes of this video, we're going to put things into the Uploads folder only. Now this is just one view that MODX uses for the file tree. You're going to see another one in a moment, but it's important to recognize these sort of folders in this structure. We're going to put things into the Uploads folder. So as you can see, we've got a little arrow next to this. If you click that, it's going to expand and show you one file which we've got underneath there. If we just hover over that, MODX will give us a preview. This is just a placeholder image which we've put up for demonstration purposes. So what do we do if we want to add a file to there? So thankfully MODX has got a file uploader built into it. You just simply right click on the folder and select Upload Files. And this will show you a screen, as you can see in the middle here, and you can move this around. But it basically gives you the option to upload multiple files at once. So let's just go and add in a couple. I've got some here, just some screenshots. That's one. You can notice here this it hasn't actually uploaded it yet, it's queued it for the upload. So let's just add one more in. And if we now press upload, you notice that it progresses through, adds the file through into the folder, and it gives you a little message to say it's done. So just press close. And you can see that these have uploaded successfully, because if I just hover over them, it just gives me some little previews. So those files are now actually on the web server. So how do we actually use them in MODX? So thankfully I've just set up this little example. Now you're going to notice these in a couple of different places, and I've put these two examples in because these are two commonly used areas. So one like this, you notice it's a little text area sort of thing, but if you just give this arrow a click to the right hand side, this will present a view which is new, but it shows some things which look a little bit familiar. If I just shrink this down for the moment and click on Files as well, you notice that this looks very, very similar, and that's because this is also the menu, the file structure on the web server. If we just expand this, you'll notice it's got 3. If we just expand or click this folder, you'll notice that it gives us some preview images. Let's just go ahead and select one. You can see that it's just put the example in. Another example is using a MODX option, which just adds in an extra step. But what we can do here is we can have multiple. So this you can just add one, this one you can add lots. So you'll commonly see this within JAL Studio's websites for things such as sliders and galleries and so on and so forth. If you just simply click Add Image, you'll notice that this looks identical, and that's because it is exactly the same. Just click the arrow, select the folder that your files are in, and select whichever image you wish. And what makes this different is that you can simply click Add Image and you can carry on adding them in, as you see. There's also another way to get files actually up into the file structure. We did it here by right-clicking, uploading files and adding them in. But say for example you're halfway through doing something, how do you do it then? Well, thankfully it's nice and straightforward. Just add image, click the arrow, and what we'll do now is we will puts them into upload. So again, very similar to what we did there. You just upload files. This shows us our queue. And we'll just add in 2 more. So what this gives you the opportunity to do is upload them as and when you are editing various pages, because you might not always have all the images to hand, and you might not always want to upload them, all at once and then go in. This is just completely up to you. You also have the option to duplicate. And there we go. Always remember to press save when you're done. So there are a couple of options with regards to files from an administrative point of view, and you can get to those by going to System Settings, leaving Core intact, and clicking File System. You notice underneath here that there are valid types for all different things: file, flash, images, media, maximum size, and even if you want to enable or disable the resource browser. Hope that you found this useful.